Okay, any views expressed are the opinion of the guest. It's not a representation because the programming reflects that Politickin with 4 eyes. It's really no competition. Suffocating with the dope. You know I be twisting. Real ninjas out in the field. Now we cotton picking. Not to mention our intention to cover topics and many of the subjects. I got more lines than the deli at the Publix. With King Pharaoh, PoPolitickin, I'm pistol whipping. Rappers jeopardizing hip-hop position. My opposition, intuition, prediction like writers on The Simpsons. To witness the glimpses from higher up dimensions. My bitches be fighting gremlins like Phoebe Cakes. Let me cook stovetop oven, easy bakes. Hydroponic with them seaweed flakes. Yeah, these rappers started from the bottom. Power bottom, TD Jakes. Unfollowed, talking about have you ever been swallowed? Regardless of race, color, or creed, you get Apollo'd. We politickin, tickin', we straight politickin, tickin'. When it's a great show, you got to listen. Listen to that politickin, tickin'. This for the politickin, tickin'. We straight politickin, tickin'. When it's a great show, you got to listen. Listen to that politickin, tickin'.
Welcome back to PoPolitickin.com, your home for self-help meets hip-hop. Right now, we're live on Facebook, YouTube, and X. Check me out on Apple Music, Spotify, 1212. I'm in the place to be with the Hairline Brothers. How you doing?
Feel good, bro. How are you?
I'm good. Where y'all name come from?
We're in North Cambridge, Mass.
Said, where y'all name come from?
Oh, the name. Shit, man. I think I just made it up one day. It just came to me. Both of us was dealing with the receding follicles, you know? And I just threw it out there. It was, you know, we've been doing this for a long time, but I think there was a certain brand of music that we started making at one point where I was like, all right, this needs a new name.
So you went and got some new hair or something? You went to where they be going now? Turkey and shit?
Nah, man, not yet. Not yet.
Yeah, you still holding on though. Shit.
I'm working that scalp massager daily.
Oh, okay. Where you saying y'all from?
Cambridge, Mass.
How is it over? Is it cold right now? What's the weather like?
Oh yeah, it's cold.
Cold as can be.
Icy.
It's been like 10 degrees every day.
Oh yeah, I'm in San Diego.
Oh
yeah, man, nice and warm.
Yeah, let me see what it is right now. I know it ain't 10 degrees. Let me see. Yeah, it's 58 right now.
What's that, hoodie weather for you guys?
Nah, shit. I don't really wear no jacket unless it get really cold. Just t-shirt, shorts, and flip-flop weather.
Yep, every day, man. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's 21 right now. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
So how y'all day going today?
Good.
Pretty good.
Good, man. On the 9 to 5 grind, you know.
I know y'all get off late. Or no, it's late over there. Yeah, it's late. I'm surprised. Yeah, it's late over there. It's like 9, 10 over there.
Yep. Yeah, both of us work a lot, you know. So
yeah,
we gotta get it in where we can.
What y'all do for work?
I'm a social worker.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I work with I do some social work too. I work with homeless veterans.
Oh, really? Okay.
That's I was in the Marines, and I worked in biotech for like a couple decade and a half. Then I just got tired of that. Then I've been working for the VA for like 5 years.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the VA is a good employer, man.
I thought about going shit. I'm like checking my phone because I know people been talking about layoffs and shit. So I see people getting laid off, but I ain't get laid off yet. But if I do get laid off, shit, I'll be all right.
Yeah, sounds like you got a lot to fall back on.
I'll be calling their ass looking for someone to stay. He's like, don't you used to work here? Yeah, I used to work here.
I'm in the shelter now.
Yeah. So I would say, can y'all talk about your background and how y'all got involved with music?
So me and this dude, we've been friends since kindergarten, and we just clicked ever since then, really. But like, it really started when I was around in the 6th grade. I started rapping and stuff like that, and then later on in life, I started making beats and stuff. Because in high school we had a synthesizer class, and I would go down there all day and make beats. in the synthesizer room. It was just like an old Alesis keyboard with an old Mac computer. And then I discovered Fruity Loops, and my mind was blown because I'm like manipulating samples and stuff early in the game and just like trying to figure that out. And then me and him, you know, we always were close, so it's kind of just flowed natural between me and him as far as the rhyming goes, you know. So that's why it makes us so you know, unique and stuff.
We got the synergy, you know,
because we have the chemistry. So
yeah, for me, like, so me and him went to kindergarten together, and then I moved to a different school in Cambridge. And at the school I was at, no one rhymed. There was no MCs in my like 8th grade class. When I look back at all the dudes I graduated with, none of these dudes really rapped. But Dro was rapping, and a bunch of dudes who all was from my neighborhood were rhyming. So around 8th grade, I started hanging out with them more, and they already had a jump on me. These dudes he'd been rhyming since what, 6th grade? 6th grade. And the other dudes have been rhyming since like 5th grade, and they were a little older. And so I kind of had to catch up. And so, like, as far as my early influences in rhyming, it was like him and the other dudes who grew up around this neighborhood that kind of took me under their wing, and I started to learn how to rhyme with them.
E-Nice and Wally, yeah.
Yep, E-Nice, Wally Sparks.
So I'm saying, in the synthesizer, that thing that Roger probably putting in his mouth.
Nah, just the keyboard. You know what I mean? The keyboard.
Oh, I thought you stopped. I was like, damn, y'all learn how to play that in school?
Nah, that'd be crazy though. That'd be dope.
Playing the guitar.
That'd be insane.
I would say, I don't remember none of my kindergarten friends. So how did y'all remember y'all first meeting in kindergarten? Or y'all remember the first time y'all met? Y'all remember?
I just remember, the most I can remember is like stealing toys when I was in kindergarten with this dude.
I remember very clearly one day where I was in kindergarten with this dude. He was stealing a Transformer toy, and I was like, "Oh my God, don't steal!" Like, yeah. But we would hang out, like we were friends in kindergarten. Like we would do sleepovers and stuff. We grew up just a couple blocks away from each other, and so you know, we grew up in the same hood. We went at the same teen center playing basketball in the same leagues, on the same teams, and we just stayed close, but probably just because of proximity.
Right.
Yeah. Who are the musical influences?
Oh man,
I got a lot. I mean, my pops played the guitar, and my mom and my pops together cohesively listened to like just all types of stuff. So I'm talking about like John Coltrane, Miles Davis, James Taylor, like just a whole array of sounds that was being played in my household. And as far as hip hop, it's just I just like boom bap hip hop, like real hip hop, sample based hip hop. You know what I'm saying? So I just always been influenced by hearing that type of essence and just trying to, like, you know, keep it real and bring out my own form of that through the music. And I think we do a good job at that.
Yeah, man. I think I remember like my first real interaction with hip hop was I used to hang out with this dude Jed. You remember Jed Sear?
Yeah, I do remember.
And we used to hang out in his backyard all the time, and he had like a zip line back there and shit. And there was this dude who lived next door that was always bumping hip hop out of his. He was like probably in his 20s. This white dude always playing hip hop out of the window, and we used to always be like, "Oh, what's up with that music?" And he's like, "You know what? I'm gonna make you guys a mixtape. I'm gonna blank out all the swears." So he made us this mixtape. It was like a 60-minute tape, back and front, and it had like Gangstar, Das Effects, Arrested Development. It was just crazy. I just played that. I was probably in like 3rd or 4th grade, maybe 3rd grade, and I played that tape nonstop, you know, until I was able to like really start like, you know, understanding who some of these artists were. Got into Cypress Hill, House of Pain, that whole like early Soul Assassins movement, you know. And then from there it was probably like Nas, Redman, Wu-Tang, right? All the stuff that we would hear just bumping every time you go to the basketball courts. Like I remember the summer when Wu-Tang Forever came out, there was you didn't hear anything else. All Wu-Tang Forever, or maybe It Was Written, and then Muddy Waters. Those were the 3 albums that were like highly influential to me at that time. That like got into my brain, you know.
Then have y'all always made music together, or y'all just coming together now?
Oh, always.
No, we always made music.
Always. From recording on a karaoke machine with the dual tape deck and the microphone on my man's porch up until now, through every phase, from the DAT tapes to the iOmega zip drive discs to having a CD burner. We've been doing this for a long time.
Crazy.
Yep. Yeah, I say, did y'all release y'all music under a different name? Because I was looking for y'all. I only saw that one, like just the restoration process. I didn't see anything else.
Nah, we got a lot of stuff in the vault, as far as that goes, but we never really came out together formally.
Yeah, formally we never came out together, but I mean we were we got like mixed CDs, you know, back when the game was hand to hand. And I think honestly, I'll speak for myself. I think this is true of Dro too, but like we were a little slow to get on the internet wave. Like I'm of the age where like I still felt like that was for nerds, and I wasn't doing that. I was just going to record music, go hand to hand, be at shows, interacting with people, and I probably stuck with that a little too long, which held me back a little bit. But you know, as the supervisor, I've dropped, you know, probably 7 projects since like 2015 that are available digitally. You know, most of that's on Spotify. Some of it's like here and there, Audio Max, SoundCloud.
And what made y'all finally want to release something together? Like, you say everything was in the vault, so it made y'all want to actually put something out together.
I just feel like, you know, we got a good sound together. It's kind of like, it's not like anybody else, you know, and we're not trying to be like nobody else. We're just trying to bring the Hairline sound, which, you know, we kind of formulated throughout the years of being so close, if that makes sense. So yeah.
It really was formulated over a long period of time. Like I've been wanting to put out a Hairline Brothers project since probably 2010.
Right.
We were recording music and doing that back then, and I ended up like taking some of the songs that I thought would be for a Hairline project and putting it on an album that I put out maybe in 2015, I think. That didn't really go anywhere, but like this is what I've been wanting to do for a long time. And I think, I don't know, maybe you can speak to it a little bit, because I've been trying to strong arm him into putting out music, into putting out a full album for a decade plus. And then that finally culminated last year in Revenue, when he dropped his first solo record, which is not, I guess, your first solo record, but it's the first that ever came out digitally.
Right.
Right. Not on just like a CD that dudes were peddling hand to hand.
Right. Yeah. No, that's true.
But what changed for you?
What changed for me?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just the time. Like, I feel like I always thought of making music as my therapy. So like, it's kind of tough for me to like release that sometimes. Like sometimes I want to hold on to it. Sometimes it's kind of like a perfectionist too. Like sometimes I want to get it down to the T. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. And sometimes it's hard for me to release it. But this dude, he put the battery in my back, and I kept moving with it. You know, and I'm still moving today. So.
And then I was talking about the restoration process. How long did it take y'all to put that out? You know, it's like just an EP. You got 8 songs, but like, how long did that to make that?
I would say that we recorded over a course of like 2 years, but during the period of time where we recorded that, we were also recording for 2 other projects, which are maybe even 3 other projects.
Yeah. 2
of which are slated for release this year, and then the third, which we'll kind of hold on to until it's the time for it to come out, right? Because Dro has a multitude of different sounds, and I think that's why we've been trying to categorize the tracks that we do by the sound. So the next album that comes out is all 80s samples or 80s sounding stuff. Some of it's just straight synthesizer beats that he put together, but a lot of samples from 80s music.
What's the other sounds?
Well, we got a darker project we're going to put out too, you know, which sounds a lot grimier. Yeah. And then there's like some just straight synthesizer based stuff that we feel like, I mean, I personally feel like we're probably not going to put that out until someone offers us some money. you know, because it's not the underground sound. This is like a commercial sound, you know.
So you in there singing like Drake and shit?
Not singing like Drake, nah, but these are beats that you could hear someone like that over, definitely, you know. Because Throat's multifaceted in that regard. Like the spectrum of different sounds he can make beat wise is vast.
Different.
It's vast.
And what y'all think about like what do you think about the current state of hip hop?
I mean, it has its bright spots, certainly. I really appreciate the resurgence in underground hip hop and the resurgence in underground sound, dirty kind of sample based music that's come on both coasts over the last couple of years has been a cool thing to see. But in general, like the commercial landscape is garbage.
Why you say that?
I just don't. I'm not aware of too many commercial artists who I really, you know what I mean, who are like signed to major labels now. Like when we were young, like I mentioned those, you know, Muddy Waters. It was written. Wu-Tang Forever, right? Like these were major label projects that were getting, you know, $500,000, $1 million video budgets. And these artists were, I think, incredible. And now I think that when you look at what major labels are putting out, there's not a lot there for me. You know, I like Kendrick, you know, he's maybe a bright spot in that. But in general, like, you know, my favorite artist right now probably is Makami. As far as someone who like I will check for every project he drops. You know,
what you like about him?
I like the fact that he can rap his ass off, but it's also like there's layers to it. You know, politically, I fuck with him. You know, when I listen to the message politically in there, I like that too, and also on a spiritual side. And then you know, there's the fact that he's a top tier rapper. You know, he's up there around a 9 or a 10 talent wise.
What about you? Who you listening to?
Me?
Yeah.
I listen to a lot of different stuff. Who have I been listening to? I'm not really sure right now at the top. Let me look.
You don't know who you've been listening to?
Because I be going all over the place. I've been listening to some Wu-Tang. I've been listening to Nems. Who else?
You listen to the new Wu-Tang? I heard they came out with a new album. Is that new one already out?
I heard it's coming out though. It's not out yet. But I've been listening to old Wu-Tang. I listen to a lot of old stuff, man. Like,
yeah,
really. I like Royal Flush. I like.
That's a name I ain't heard in a minute.
Yeah, I like a lot of Queens rappers like Nas, Nature. Just that type of sound, really. But yeah, I don't just listen to rap either. I listen to all types of stuff. Just for inspiration, you know, just like vinyl, old Spanish records, just stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I just try to keep my ears open for like different type of sounds and, you know, try to formulate that into the process that we got going.
And then what's next for y'all?
The next thing is probably my solo album called Second Nature. So that should be like late March.
And then we're hoping for the second Hairline project, the 80s project, to drop around May. We're going to put out a warm weather project, and then as it starts getting cold out again, the darker project drops.
What do you mean by warm weather?
Oh man, you know, like I don't know. For me, like categorically, like there are warm weather and cold weather albums. Like The Infamous is a cold weather album. Liquid Swords, to me, that's a cold weather album, you know? And then there's warm weather albums like
LL Cool J. When you say warm weather albums, I think about LL Cool J, Around the Way Girl.
Yeah, the Booming System. I could think about that. I could think about
think about Tribe.
Yep, I think about Master Ace sitting on Chrome.
That's who, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's gonna be, you know, bass heavy stuff you listen to with the window down.
Then I was asking y'all about y'all the Hairline Brothers, but how did y'all come up with y'all individual names? I like that Northside Joe. That sound like a Southside rapper or something. I mean, not Southside, Chicago rapper. It sounds like a Chicago rapper name or something.
Yeah, nah, it's just
Northside. But Northside's for Massachusetts, right?
Well, we're from the north side of Cambridge.
north side of Cambridge.
Okay.
So I've always been Dro, as far as rapping goes. So that just came about in like high school and stuff. Like people started calling me Dro. Obviously there was some like green influence behind it.
Like Hydro.
Yeah.
Hydro.
They called me High Dr. O. You know what I'm saying?
Smoking like that?
I was we were smoking like champs back then. You know what I'm saying? But not anymore. I don't smoke no more. You know what I'm saying?
You stopped? What happened?
Huh?
Something happened?
What happened?
Yeah, you just had to smoke. You just stopped, or something happened?
Yeah, nah. So I got three sons, and I just didn't like feeling, you know, a certain way around them. I like to be like on the up and up with them. You know what I'm saying? Like clear-headed. So, you know, the drinking and the bud, it was kind of keeping me off balance, and I needed to redirect myself. You know what I'm saying? For the sake of the children. So, and I feel like I did a good, respectable thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I quit drinking, but I can't give up no smoking now. But
a lot of people can't. A lot of people
can't. I did
quit
drinking when I had my kids though, because I didn't want to be like drunk around them, or you know how they be. Dad, let me get some. So like, right. But I'll be smoking though. I ain't gonna.
Right. Yeah.
And then man, I don't really know how like the supervisor. So yeah, how you come up with that name?
it just came to me, man. Like all the music I make is always conceptual, and the supervisor came about like. It was almost like a concept career where I worked for a long time and right up the street in the Fresh Pond Shopping Center. And I remember just seeing all the different scams and crime and just like funny stuff that dudes were doing up there, you know? And I was like, it just started formulating in my mind. Like, I want to find a way to tell these stories, and I got to figure out a character to tell these stories through. And so I came up with the supervisor. Like, if you listen to my first mixtape, which is called Bitch Who Asked You, you can find it on Audio Mac. It's like very thematic in that way. Like it's all about me being the supervisor of the Radio Shack at the shopping center, stealing shit, just running scams, you know. And then I just kept it, and I just kept the moniker and kept running with it.
You say you worked at Radio Shack?
Nah, I worked at Blockbuster, but like for the sake of the project,
that's R.I.P. too. GG.
R.I.P. to both of them.
Yeah, I know. I was saying, but shit, both of them gone.
And we used to be boosting shit from both of those places. Heavy.
Yeah,
I still got I stole from Blockbuster.
I was just looking at they was talking about things in the 80s that's gone, and they was talking about the Walkmans. You remember the Walkmans?
Of course.
Man.
You had
then
to
they called a boombox. They was like the ghetto blaster. And I was like, I don't remember nobody calling that shit no ghetto blaster. I just remember it's called the boombox. Where the fuck did you get a ghetto blaster from?
No. It was just a boombox. You had to have a good one of both of those.
Yeah, that shit crazy. And then so what do y'all like to do outside of music?
What do you do?
I don't do much besides music. Like I don't watch much of TV and stuff like that. Like occasionally I watch a movie, but other than that, it's really music for me. And you know, obviously building with my children and stuff like that. But other than that,
you got 3 boys?
3 boys, yeah.
Yeah,
and my girl actually has a son too, so technically 4.
You got 4 horsemen over there?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm starting an army, you know what I'm saying?
You don't want no girl?
Basketball team.
Huh?
You didn't want no girl?
Wanted a girl, bro, but that shit it never happened. It never happened. You know? So it is what it is.
All right, supervisor. What you got going on outside of music?
So much, man. I stay busy. I feel like this is why we're a good combination too, because there's a lot of differences here. But like I practice, teach martial arts regularly on a weekly basis. I lift. I'm like a certified kettlebell instructor. I meditate a lot, which is part of the martial arts stuff. So I stay busy. I DJ. I'm DJing tomorrow night. Actually, I'm playing all Cool Keith records tomorrow night. If anyone's in Jamaica playing, come through the B and Pub. So yeah, I stay busy in that regard. I'm very like physically active, and You know,
You said what martial arts?
it's called Shimgum-do. It's a Korean martial art.
Mm.
Comes
How
from
you
like a
learn that?
Zen Buddhist background. My dad actually was an instructor when I was born. He was already like a master level instructor when I was born. So I grew up hanging out over there at the school.
I said, man, why you don't think like I was reading about Bruce Lee, like it seems like no one has surpassed him yet. Do you think someone ever will, or do you think they just trying to put extras on Bruce Lee, or what?
I think that he was so much in the limelight that it seems that way, but I'm sure there are people who are practicing martial arts who are at his level or past that, you know. And I think also now that you have mixed martial arts, you know, you get to see guys who are of his caliber, and you get to see them fall, right? That they are fallible. Like I think if you had MMA back when Bruce Lee was around, like
he would have lost eventually to somebody.
Exactly. He would have lost event like Anderson Silva, right? Like he would have fallen eventually. He was absolutely untouchable for a while, but everyone falls eventually.
Yeah. I was thinking about that in boxing. I was telling my wife, because we were just talking about how I was like, shit, everybody lose eventually unless you kind of like do a Mayweather, then just get out before you lose. But if you keep boxing, you're gonna lose eventually.
Eventually, man. Yeah, he's the only one. He got in and got out.
I was watching this interview with Mel Gibson, and he was talking about this chi doctor.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was saying the chi doctor, he said he was telling the chi doctor that his liver was messed up. Because the chi doctor was like so strong where he knew how to like, he can like set paper on fire with his hands.
Oh yeah.
And Mel Gibson was like, yeah, I told him my liver was messed up. Then the next day he just saw me in the room. He started going like this. And all of a sudden I went against the wall and I was like 9 feet up. And he was doing something to me. He said he had to go to like a priest and ask him what's it a demon. And the demon was like, well, did he heal you? I mean, the priest was like, did he heal you? And he was like, he actually did. He said, well, some people are like that. And they were saying like that guy was a 34 level chi master, but they said the highest level was 72. And I was like, man, if you had somebody that was like 72 level, you probably think they Jesus or something. Because they ain't telling what they can do if they 72 level. If he can do that at 34, 72, you probably doing some crazy shit.
Word.
Yeah, man. That's that. I'm very interested in Taoism. I've read a lot of books on that, and there's a guy, Master Mantak Chia, who I did a course with one time, and like I'm kind of tapped into it a little bit. You know, it's very interesting to me, but I definitely believe in that stuff, and I definitely like, you know, I don't do it regularly enough because I got my hands full with my Zen meditation practice, but like probably once or twice a week, I'll tap into that kind of energy meditation, and you can really feel it. And I know what you're talking about too, with setting the newspaper on fire.
Right.
That's
then I say what you think about Lil Jon doing the meditation CDs?
He's doing meditation CDs?
Man, hell yeah. That shit like 360. It's kind of hard to wrap your mind around it when you like, damn, this Lil Jon. Cause he ain't doing like meditation, yeah. No, he just like, yeah, I'm cool. This is Jon meditation. It's relaxing. Like he's talking like normal.
He's using the soothing voice.
I was like, damn, this Lil Jon. Like, yeah, you gotta hear it, man. I'm like,
I gotta tap in. It's on Spotify. You can just find Lil Jon meditation.
On YouTube. I mean, it's out. He got albums. It's not bad, but I'm just like, damn, this is Lil Jon. Like, it's just like people just pivot on your ass. Like, I was like, it's a goddamn strong ass pivot.
From the window to the wall.
I know, from fucking meditation, fucking sitting on your fucking ass meditating. I was like, shit, what the fuck? Like, then I like to be like, what happened to you where you switched up like that? Did something happen? Man. Like, cause shit, you always like that, and you just that was like your alter ego. You meditating, and when you're not meditating, you screaming and shit all the time.
Yeah,
that's crazy. I gotta check that out. Maybe it's just the level people hit. You know, you get deep enough into whatever your practice is, and you realize, like, okay, the next step is for me to like get control of my mind here. You know, control of my own.
Yeah, I was just thinking myself. I was like, man, I gotta kind of because I do, but I don't. Cause I feel like they got so much little things now that kind of take your attention away.
Yeah,
I'm sitting here strolling, but now I'm on Discord or all this other shit, and I was like, man, I gotta get back. Sometimes you gotta like spend time with yourself and just chill and not be distracted by all the other shit.
100%, especially nowadays, because like you said, man, we're at the highest level of distraction I think human beings have ever been at. It's like this, boom, 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 boom. You know,
you gotta take a break.
Yeah, so to just take a break and just pay attention to like what is happening in your body in that very moment for like 10 minutes a day, you need that to just to make it. I think just to not go crazy.
That's what's up. And then I like asking people about what are y'all favorite foods? What y'all like to eat?
I'm a fat guy, so you know that's a good question for me. But I love me some Mexican food. You know what I'm saying? Some burritos, some tacos, stuff like
burrito.
That. I like steaks, super steak. We got a place out here called Anna's Taqueria. It's pretty bomb. You know, put some jalapenos in there, you know, some pico, and we rocking and rolling. Some black beans.
So they make good. They make good Mexican food out there.
It's pretty good, but I heard it's better over there. That's what I heard.
It's not like what y'all get, man.
Yeah, I think we kind of like. I haven't been too many more places, but I know this place is pretty solid. Like San Diego, as far as like Mexican food. I know Texas probably got some good food too, though.
Yeah.
The closer you are to Mexico, I think the better the Mexican food is.
Yeah, right. Authentic.
Yeah, that's closer to Mexico. I spent a whole summer out there. Actually, my cousin used to own a martial arts school in Vista, California. Just north of y'all.
I'm actually in that area.
Okay,
I used to live in Vista. Now I'm in Oceanside. When I'm saying San Diego,
oh, okay.
I'm in Oceanside. Yep.
That's what's up, man. Yeah, I was out there for a whole summer in Vista, man, and the Mexican food was so good out there. Yep. Those California burritos are different. It's a totally different burrito, bro.
Was that your favorite food, bro?
No,
that's not
what
to eat.
Your favorite food?
I'm on the health tip, so I fuck with a lot of Mediterranean food. You know, like we got a couple good like Turkish restaurants out here. If I had to pick, if someone was like, "Oh, I'm coming to Boston, what's the illest thing?" I would send them to one of these Turkish restaurants.
Nice.
The Mediterranean, like the hummus.
Yep, a lot of hummus. You know, your falafel.
I didn't know hummus was chickpeas.
Yeah,
like yesterday, I was like, "Oh shit, that's where hummus is." I never knew where hummus was.
Yep,
Greek food.
Greek food. We got a good Greek restaurant right near here.
Okay. Shout out to the Greek corner.
Yeah.
Then I'm not talking about like alcohol or them, but what are y'all favorite beverages? Not alcohol, just regular beverages.
Coffee. I'm a coffee connoisseur.
You don't want to say that. You want to really say water. That's
I like. No, man,
drinking water.
Just water.
I love that's my number. When people say water, I just start going off in a tangent about like what kind of water. You start going off.
I'm over here drinking sugar and stuff like that. He's like, "Dro, put the sugar down, bro."
That's actually that's my number one point with him. I'm like, stop drinking sugar.
So you like coffee or water?
I like coffee in the morning. Well, first I got an ill water filter at the crib. You know, I'm all about keeping my water nice and clean, trying to get those microplastics out of my body. You know, so I drink a lot of water and drink a good bit of coffee. But water number one.
What kind of because I was for a minute, I can't drink coffee, but for a minute I was trying to do mushroom coffee, but I can't do it. But what kind of coffee? That rise.
Oh, for me, I mean, at one point I lived somewhere where they had an espresso machine, and that was the best time. I learned how to freak that machine. I was making all kinds of amazing drinks, but I just get regular coffee, drip, you know, pour that hot water on it. I'm good. Black.
Then what kind of you say just filtered water?
Yep. Yeah, I got this crazy filter. You know, I mean, if I had to pick a brand of water,
yeah, what would you pick?
I'm not doing Aquafina. We're not doing this. I go Poland Springs.
Poland Springs is your number one?
What it means to be from Maine.
Not smart water or something?
Nah, not smart water.
Then do you put ice in your water or just
nope, just straight up water. No additives.
That's it.
What do you like to drink besides sugar?
Just sugar. Straight sugar.
Yeah, I just like sugar shit.
Ginger ale.
Ginger ale.
My diabetic levels got a little high, so I be trying to watch that shit now. So I be trying to do that Coke Zero shit. That shit nasty though. I hate that shit. You can taste the difference.
You know what's crazy? It's because they got the fake sugar in there. So it's,
and that shit ain't good either.
It's even worse for you
either. Yeah,
none of it's good. The high fructose corn syrup, all that stuff, all of it's bad for us too.
Yeah.
But sometimes I just want it. I don't know.
What did you say your drink was?
Ginger ale.
Oh yeah, my mom like ginger ale. What
I
kind of ginger ale?
I like only Canada Dry. I don't like the Schweppes. I like the blackberry one, and they got the cranberry joint.
Is
That's
that considered soda?
Yeah,
it's ginger ale.
I mean, it's technically soda.
It's got the bubbles in it.
It's still got all that poison that's in everything else. So yeah.
I'm always trying to tell me you can make your own.
Oh yeah, I'm sure you could.
Probably.
Yeah.
Probably be good.
Like now, man, I just like every cause I be like trying to see what's healthy and what's not, but I was like, man, like the more I go into it, it's like ain't shit healthy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Now
I be walking through this grocery store like this is all poison. You know what I'm saying? Like just walking down the aisles, all these big brands, they're just like they take over the whole store, you know, and then just some produce be like not even legit anymore. Like you gotta be careful of what you eat and stuff like that.
Seriously.
This is one doctor, this one guy on Instagram, social media. He do all the carnivore diet, so he eats steak and butter. All right.
Right.
Then you know you got the other dude doing the raw food. I'm like, man, I don't know what the fuck to do now. I was like,
yeah, man.
It's crazy. And the foods that they feed us in America, they like actually ban them overseas. So it's kind of like what's actually happening right now. You know what I'm saying?
What y'all think about all them plane crashes going on?
That's really sketchy stuff.
I'm like, it's a lot of them. I saw one the other day, but I was like, man, I don't even know if that shit real because they actually showed the plane crash. Y'all saw that shit?
You see the one that went upside down? Is that the one you saw?
Yeah. I'm like, bro, what the fuck they get? Like, who's filming this?
No, but they were talking about spoofing and stuff like that. The spoofing
the air traffic controller.
Yeah, the air traffic controller and stuff like that. That's crazy. Like,
yeah, something going on because it's like
imagine being a pilot and you're going one direction and you don't know where you're going. You're like, where do I go? You know what I'm saying?
So you saying like you probably getting hacked?
Scary stuff.
You talking about hacking?
Yeah, they hack like the GPS of the plane and stuff like that. So
yeah, something got to be going on because that shit is weird right now.
It's crazy, man.
You hear a lot of stuff though. You know what I'm saying? Like, who knows what's actually happening? And then you got the drones in New Jersey and stuff like that. Drones in the sky looking like UFOs and stuff like that. Who knows?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we really don't know anything unless they tell us.
And then even when they tell you, you can't be sure of that neither.
Even if they tell you something, you don't even know.
Yeah, I was looking up the other day. I was looking up about Bigfoot again. I was like, man, it gotta be a Bigfoot. I was like, it gotta be something in them goddamn forests. And I was looking at all the little footage they got. But all the footage always be grainy and you can't hardly see the shit. So I was like, why they never came in with no good footage of Bigfoot yet if he's around?
Word. It seems more likely that there's aliens than there's Bigfoot right now, which is crazy.
Right.
They got more evidence of aliens than they do of Bigfoot. That's crazy.
Bigfoot. Yeah, they saying aliens might be coming from. I was studying that and they were saying like aliens might be in the water too.
Yeah, they've been saying that for a long time. That they see those balls, the orbs, they come up and then bang, they go right down the ocean.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
I don't know. Come on through, aliens.
I welcome them.
But you say you think the aliens more believable than the Bigfoot?
At this point, there's more evidence. I feel like,
because even the giants. I was telling my wife talking about giants, and I was like, well, of course they were giants because the tallest dude. We saw the tallest dude. The tallest dude was 8'11". So if you got 8'11", you might well say it was people 9-10 feet. But I'm like, shit. Because you remember the tallest guy, I'm saying that he was like 8'11", the big tall one, the one they actually had footage of. So I'm like,
okay,
if he was the tallest we had footage of, it had to be people around 9 foot. Yeah. And then I'll be trying to think like who made them pyramids and all that stuff or move those little. I know they be talking about them stone ledge rocks and shit.
Yeah, you be reading about that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I be getting into it a little bit, man.
I went through a period where I was obsessed with that stuff.
Me too.
And I still kind of am. I
still am too.
Anytime, you know who Graham Hancock is? He had a show on Netflix. You should check it out. But he's written a bunch of great books, Fingerprints of the Gods, Magicians of the Gods, and it's all about ancient civilizations. and the similarities between like ancient Egypt and ancient South American architecture, things like that, you know. And he's got some interesting stuff on that. Just as far as like linking up all these cultures and how like they tell us that, you know, human civilization is only whatever 5, 6, 7, 8,000 years old, but like it doesn't make sense because, you know, people with the same brain that me and you have were around 200,000 years ago. So what were they doing then? You could take a kid from 200,000 years ago and teach him calculus. So what do we think? These guys were just hanging out in the forest eating berries?
Yeah.
Nah, they were doing something. And who knows? They might have been 10 feet tall at one point.
Yeah, you don't know.
All right. Then what would y'all let's say to y'all fans and supporters?
Oh man.
Just check us out. You know what I'm saying? Give us a listen. Cop the album. Show some love for the Hairline Brothers.
I would say keep listening, especially if you're having any issues with your hair.
Definitely.
If you keep listening to this album over and over and over again, it's going to stimulate those follicles in a way that nothing else can do. Not Rogaine, not laser hair therapy. We're here to get your follicles jumping. We got the magic recipe. We've been working on this for a long time, as you can see. So tap in. And we got a lot more to come. Like, I think that, so first of all, this project is done better than anything I've ever put out. And I'm so happy for that because this is the project that I personally have wanted to put out for over a decade. Like, I think for people who listen to this Hairline project and then go back and listen to my solo stuff, they're going to see like, oh, okay, this is what he was working towards. Like, this is the project that he always meant to put out. And I think that there's something about the synergy between the two of us that, I don't know, man, I think it's going places. So I'm excited. I'm excited about what's going to happen with this next project as well. But this is doing better than anything we've ever put out.
Yeah.
Spotify wise, YouTube wise.
I saw your video.
The one in the shop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to King Arthur.
Shout out to Benny Blanco. Too.
Yep. And Benny Blanco for letting us use the barbershop. That's my guy.
Yeah, no, that was cool. That was what caught my eye. I was like, all right, solid.
Word. Thank you.
Good, man. Yeah, I'm glad you dug it, man. We've been getting a lot of good radio play too, man. You know, out in Cali, a lot in Canada. That's been going well. But you know, we're still waiting to break through to that next, you know, to a worldwide platform. So that's the plan for the next project. We got to find whether it be TV or satellite radio or whatever. We got to break through to that next level.
Hey, I will say thanks for coming through Politickin with me.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Really appreciate you having us on, man. I'll holler at you when I'm in San Diego next.
Yeah, for sure. You want to tell them how to hit you up, y'all social media and everything?
Yep. We got at Hairline Brothers on Instagram, and then you can hit me up at Supervision Unlimited.
You can hit me up at North_side_draw on IG.
Yep.
Oh,
and then check us out on Facebook as well.
Huh?
Facebook as well, same thing, and YouTube. Definitely, you know, anyone check out the video, tap in, subscribe, like, comment.
You can also just type in Hairline Brothers and Google. We come up.
Yep.
So we out there.
Y'all got any shout outs?
Shout out Cambridge. Shout out the whole mass. Shout out to you. Shout out to my brother, the supervisor.
Yep. Yo, shout out to Jerry Graham. Shout out to Sharif. Shout out to King Arthur. Dawn Depth.
Shout out to Dinesha too. She will kill me if I don't say that.
Shout out to Carly.
Yeah, Carly.
And shout out to my man Floyd Wiggum, who also appeared on the project.
Shout out to Floyd.
Yep.
Word up.